Alrighty, hello there. Welcome to Tucking Cash. Thanks for joining us for another live stream today. So we have another exciting match from the latest tournament on the Discord server, the Blue Tit Bash. And today we have a very exciting match between Ecclesby and Zobi Wan Kenobi, one of our top tier content maker on the server in the meme subcategories. So this should be fun. Yeah, without further ado, we're gonna get started. So good luck to both players. All right, we have. Who do we have starting? I think Ecclesby is starting today. Hello, Wingspan. Hello, Michael. Hype indeed. This is interesting. I think maybe the order was messed up, so I will let them have a minute to reset here. Return of the Grackle, yes. Thank you for joining us for a second game today. Let's see. Alright, I think they got it sorted, so we are resending the game. So Eccleby's won the flip, so should be going first. Alright, here we go. Let's see. Ooh, look at that. So many things. I feel so overwhelmed. What do we have? We have the chirping sparrow in the tray. That's always good. And then you also have the raven, the blue tit, and the chickadee here. So lots of great forest option. But obviously, when you have the raven, what you're really looking for is the wetland option here. And if you are new to the live stream of the tournament server, on the server we play with house rule where the birds like ravens, killdeer, and Franklin's Skull cannot be played until round 2. So they'll have to plan out how they're gonna. Eccleby's will have to plan out how they're gonna set up their engine so that comes round 2 they can play the raven. So it'll be interesting. I think in this case, yeah, I was thinking about the sparrow too. I think the sparrow might be at least a viable wetland option there and let you to do some productive setup in round 1. And there's also the chickadee. I think regardless whether you're gonna play the chickadee, you have to deny it, and I don't think it's that bad of an idea to get the chickadee. Yeah, Michael, I agree. I think that the sparrow here is really a good option, given that there's no other wetland option. And the bonus card, Rodentology, is obviously very nice as well. So let's see how this is gonna play out. I was thinking whether, yeah, the chickadee was worth keeping, but what do we have here? It's interesting. Again, actually quite a few good birds here, you have the black tern for the wetland and star nest. And the bonus cards seem to synergize pretty well with the hand here. You have the osprey and the black tern. You can go either wetland scientist or fishery manager. Unfortunately, the bird feeder is not looking that great for the flicker, which seems to happen a lot in my game as well. When it's my turn to get the flicker, there's always no grub in the feeder, so I don't know. Is that something you guys experience as well? It's so cursed sometimes. Yeah, this would be an interesting one. If they keep the osprey and the black tern, they can really go digging for a little bit, and then try to find that forest bird that they need. Looks like they might go with the Grackle as well. Yeah, is that too greedy? I mean, technically, if you keep the osprey, the tern, and the Grackle, you can pay for the tern using fish from the osprey, and then you can also use one of the food from osprey to pay for the Grackle. So yes, when there are other grubs in the world, you don't get the flicker. It's such curse. The Grackle is kind of nice. It's kind of an insurance here. Say if you keep digging and you couldn't find the birds that you need, the Grackle can potentially be used to turn those cards into eggs or points. Maybe they're also looking into Grackle and black tern here as well. It's definitely a risky play, because you are spending all your food. So but it's definitely good for digging if you have the Grackle or the tern here. That means like at least like each time you dig, you gain 2 points and you gain eggs. But then eventually the Grackle is gonna fill up. So yeah, you're almost like on a time bomb there. The time is ticking. So it'll be interesting. I'm leaning towards tern and osprey, and maybe turn osprey Grackle. But yeah, it's not a bad keep there. Alright, gotta deny the chirping sparrow. Ooh, look at that. Snow bunting. Snow bunting is the interesting one. Is snow bunting an instant deny or pick up from the tray? I don't know what does the chat thinks. It certainly has a lot of potential to score points. You know, you can tug and then it helps you to cycle cards. But it really relies on your opponents having that tugging bird. If there's no tugging bird, then it's useless. So, but again, in most Wingspan game, there gotta be some sort of tugging going on, like in every game. So, so maybe it's a safe gamble that if you play the snow bunting, you always get some use of it. Yeah, I think the chirping sparrow really helped with the raven setup here. To make it a little bit less awkward for the round 1 setup here, because you can get eggs and then with the sparrow you can gain more food, so not a bad idea. Yeah, that's a good point. You know, again, tugging is just so universal. In Wingspan, it's like if you have a hunter, it's a tug. If you have any tug and draw, it's a tug. Tug and lay is a tug. And there's so many ways you can tug cards. Oh, look who's here! My friend Mishi is here. Thanks for joining us. Alright, so I missed what happened. Yep, that was expected. Grab the food to play the sparrow here. What did Zombie did? What did Zombie do? Did they lay eggs? I thought they would have lay eggs. Okay, they're laying eggs now. I am gonna say for Zobi to have been who has been on the server for so long and they're still playing on Habitat view. that is kind of surprising. Not gonna condemn them, but I would recommend them to switch to the board view. Yeah, so they drew that cherry to play the Grackle to avoid giving Ecclesby more food here. Now that you see the Grackle, you gotta pick up the Snow Bunting, right? I mean, oh, hello, Kevin. Why is everyone joining the stream today? I thought you guys were playing a game or something. But yeah, that Snow Bunting is a must pick up now. And they help to build up either the grassland or the wetland as well. So that's almost no brainer there. Okay. So yeah. All right. Yeah, Zobi definitely playing a risky game here. They committed all their food. They have no sight of any wetland or any forest bird here. Mishia too funny. But they do have the backup option with the Osprey here, but this just play right into Ecclesby's setup here, because all the fish they can use to play the common Mergangster, and then leftover fish they can use to play the Raven. So yeah, I think looking back, Zobi is gonna regret giving out all this free fish here. The setup is just too good for Ecclesby. Yeah, they're really trying to get down the Mergangster here, which I think, yeah, is a pretty good move, because now they pick up food. They can move their sparrow to the wetland so that they can set it up to draw card in the beginning of round 2. So not hating that. Again, hate to say it, but whenever you see games or setup like this, you know, I mean, that's one thing we talk about too on the tournament server. Sometimes Wingspan is all about knowing what card that you need, what card you're digging for. So looking at Zobi setup here, I mean, it gotta be like a shift shaft, right? A shift shaft would be the saving grace here, or the turnaround point. Because at the moment, oh, they decided not to move the sparrow. I guess they do need to pick up food again to play the Raven. Unless Zobi give them that fish. Yeah, but in terms of like points on the table, I think they're pretty equal right now. Or maybe Zobi even have a slight lead. With that bonus card, they're already scoring 3 points. And then they have the turn and the Osprey. So it's all going to come down to what cards that Applebee's can draw in the second round. And if they can build up a grassland engine. And with that snow bunting, at least that's going to neutralize at least 1 point for Zobi's tugging here. All right, gotta keep digging. Let's hope for that shift shaft. Here we go. We have the nutcracker. Potentially can be a forest bird. Can be a forest bird, but again, once they see that raven going down, their time would take even faster. they would need to have a plan. Like slowly pivoting to forest, just not gonna cut it. Ooh, there you go, the Griffin voucher. Potentially a keep because of at least the Mer Gangster is already one predator. So definitely will keep it. Yeah. Zobi need a mass target here. Oh, the Griffin voucher is gone. I think I would have kept that bird just because it's free. And what's the second end of round goes here? Sorry. Yeah, I think any birds that you can play is gonna be helpful for any of the end of round goals here. I think second end of round goals is total bird, which is perfect. If you have a free bird, that's perfect for second end of round goals. So I think that's a bit of a missed opportunity there. Yeah, I think Zobi did the smart thing here that they did not activate the Osprey. When you have no use for the fish, then why give your opponent the fish? And yeah, Applebee's would have loved to have that free fish here. So that was a good denial of the fish. But yeah. But with that being said, still gonna be a very nice setup for Acklesby in round 2 here. They can just get that Raven, draw cards, and then lay eggs to play the bunting. Yeah. But the good thing is Zobi is gonna see the round 2 trade first, so that always is, you know, a lot of time can be the turning point. Again, praying for that shift shaft to show up. Alrighty. Well, I guess Zobi got a Layix here just to take that 3 points. 3 extra end of round goal points. Oh, I guess they can dig again and lay 1 egg on Grackle. That still win them the end of round goal, so yeah, I think, yeah, that's smart. You go for digging here because you're still looking for that bird. That one bird that turned the game around. Alright, the goose, you know, again, at least it's it doesn't fall into... Oh, look at that! There you go. We have something. We have something here. The crow. I think the crow, you know, can again extend their game a little bit more now. But here's the question, right? Do you play the crow in the wetland, or do you pivot to the grassland here? I think if you play the crow in the wetland, it allows you to draw a little. It allows you to dig for a little bit longer. But obviously, if it's going to the grassland, you just have better point scoring potential in the long run. But obviously, that's not guaranteed. Like, you still need some engine bird in the grassland to build up the grassland and to couple that with the crow. So I'm kind of leaning towards playing it in the wetland here, just to enable like more digging. I don't know what does the chat think. All right, look at this. We have the killdeer. I guess you go for the grassland then. Yeah. I guess you go for the grassland. Good point too, Michael. Saving some space for the fish bird. Seems like most of the people in the chat are saying going for the grassland. Yeah, I mean with the killdeer, you gotta go for the grassland here because, you know, even though with crow and killdeer in the grassland, you're only making 1 point, but you get 2 cards, you get 1 food. For the wetland now, once the snow bunting is down, it basically a 0-point engine. So yeah, I think this is like the perfect timing for pivot to the grassland. So, and they have quite a few nice birds to play too. You know, they have the spotted owl that give them bonus card. If they can get another tuck and lay eggs, that would be perfect. Oh, look at all this wetland bird now. Yeah. At least they can tuck them under the grackle. Yeah, I don't know what does the chat think. Like with killdeer and crow, or raven and bunting, which setup do you like better? I mean, with the raven you get 2 food, but with the killdeer and crow you get cards. So this is gonna be really interesting. But I think with the raven, there is a potential to win this end of round goal just because you are generating more food more quickly. But it all comes down to what Ecclesby can find or what birds they can draw. I mean, they don't have a very strong wetland here, so that's one thing. So if they couldn't find any good bird that's worth playing, that can really slow down the game. On the other hand, Zobi with the killdeer, they can really afford digging for a little bit, and even then, like they already have the spotted owl that's worth playing. They also have the bunting that can potentially score them quite a bit of points. So I mean, surely you tuck the goal here. I mean, there's really no use for you to go back to the wetland, and yeah. All right, there you go. We even have the hummingbird. Let's see. Yeah, Zobi. Yeah, with the killdeer, it does shift the balance quite a bit. I mean, if you see Ecclesby play the raven, do you pick up the hummingbird here to help with food generation? I think you do, right? Because first of all, your opponent already have raven and you have a killdeer, so clearly you have better card draw. So you're gonna be able to make better use of the free food. So yeah, I'm thinking like for Zobi here, I think picking up the hummingbird can be quite good. All right, now Ecclesby. So I think they're trying to think whether they want to deny that hummingbird or not. They they're thinking maybe if they don't deny it, Zobi can go for a wetland hummer kind of deal. So they decide to just kind of delay that and play the Raven here. But again, if Zobi see that Raven down, that's even more motivation to play that ooh, that is interesting, to play the bunting in the wetland. I don't know. How do you guys feel about that? that is an interesting choice. Like, I guess I'm trying to see. I guess the rationale here is trying to extend that wetland so that they can draw more cards. And then at the same time, they're hoping that they're wondering if Zobi is gonna activate their wetland again. But here's the thing: even if Zobi activate their wetland here, then Ecclesby is not gonna tuck their Raven, so that's no bunting feel a little bit premature. And I thought I would play it in the grassland, so that when you play the Raven, you get to the 3 eggs activation. And again, I'm also surprised that Zobi is digging card here. I mean, they already have the killdeer, so I don't quite get it why you would go for cards here, unless they are not thinking about pivoting. So they want the hummingbird, but yeah, that is interesting. But it is a good pickup, and at the same time, Ecclesby bunting is not gonna get used because they're not gonna tuck away the Raven. So somehow it kind of worked out for them. Yeah, a little bit surprised that Zobi is picking cards here. Unless they were also thinking like the hummingbird might be gone if they don't pick it up now. Say if they play down the crow. But at the same time, even if your opponent pick up the hummingbird and play the hummingbird, it still benefit you. So it's not a huge loss there. Yeah, I think the hummingbird is quite good. Uh, and again, like a lots of mind game here, like Ecclesby is delaying playing that Raven, which really denied Zobi a lot of the information, because if Zobi can see that Raven, I think that would inform them better how they should play. Yeah, poor bunting. You're not gonna get tugs. It's Ecclesby teasing us here. Alright. Alright, let's see. This is gonna be key here. What Ecclesby can draw here. Ooh, tree creeper. That's not the bird you want to see. I think even the long spur, like you just go for it after drawing those 2 cards, but nope. Yeah, they're going for the deck here. Yeah, I think the diver would have been good if they did not play that bunting in the wetland. because now you have to spend 2 eggs to play the diver, so it just feels a little bit not as good, but we'll see. Yeah, not a good draw for Acklesby here, and you know their time is ticking with Zobi playing the Hummer and the Crow and the Killdeer. And the thing about Crow and Hummer is they're each like 4 points bird for 1 food. You compare that to the Raven. That Raven is three food for 4 points. So while Zobi is setting up their engine, they're also like slowly racking up points. If you look at their board, their bird points to food ratio is pretty high. Like most of their bird costs only 1 food for 4 or 5 points. So yeah, I have to agree with Wingspan here. With the Hummer and the Crow and the Killdeer, they can really look into playing that big points bird. You know, with the Bunting and the Spotted Owl. So things are looking pretty good for Zobi here. Okay. Did they okay, that's also interesting. So they activated the hummingbird? I guess why don't you play a second bird in the grassland before you activate the hummingbird? That was an interesting decision there. Oh, did they needed that grain to play the Killdeer? I think I missed it. But still, I think you could have played the Crow so that you set yourself up with 3 eggs and take the food that you need. That Hummer activation was a little bit premature. Alright, looks like... Yeah, they needed that food for Killdeer. So looks like maybe Applebee's looking at playing the diver here. I mean, it is like, you know, only mid round 2. So even with the diver down, that can really help with that card draw for the remaining 2 rounds. And they're really gonna need it to really maximize their Raven there. Okay. What just happened? Wait, I just realized what happened. Was that a misclick? Why is that hummingbird in the forest? I totally missed that. I'm so confused. I thought the hummingbird was in the grassland. Question mark. I have to ask, was that a mistake? Misclick? Because there's no way. There's no way. I think it might have been a misclick, but we can confirm. we just assume that that's a hummingbird. It gotta be in the grassland. Alright. Now this has become really interesting. So okay. So potentially Applebee's can really grab this end of round goals here, right? Because if they lay eggs to get the food, they can play the woodpecker. That will give them that will win them the end of round goal. And I think it's totally worth it. Because you are unlocking that second grassland bird, and then you can delay drawing cards until the new round anyway. So I think you play the woodpecker here. He's planning for round 3. Yeah, a little bit premature there, but yeah, that was interesting to play the hummingbird in that forest there. And really, I feel like if Zobi planned it well, they could have really also at least tie this end of round goal or win the end of round goal. Because at one point they have the hummingbird, they have the crow, they have the killdeer. They can just like play all three of them and then maybe lay eggs to play another bird. So I think that was a little bit of miscalculation there. And okay, what also just happened? So the owls. Okay, the owls, because they have the. Okay, this is this is not what I see. This is going. I'm a little bit confused. Okay, I mean, okay, now they tie for end of round go. So, but then the tree creeper, I need to be reminded. Okay, before that, let's look at the tray. Okay, we have the nightingale and the chaffinch here. Chaffinch potentially can be nice, because if they keep drawing and they couldn't find any good cards, they can turn them into points. I mean, and they can draw like 4 cards from the wetland now. So I think the chaffinch is a must pick here. Especially they keep drawing all these low point birds, so you might as well go with the chaffinch, and then just turn all of those into points in late game. Yeah, the tree creeper. Okay, the tree creeper confuses me a little bit too. So, the tree creeper. Let me be reminded. Okay. Yeah, maybe go with the eggs. Sure, you can gain more eggs. Or the waxwing. Yeah, if you go with the chaffinch, maybe the waxwing then. One dice, row, conspiracy time. I know Ecclesby was queuing for that. Guys, again, we have another video evidence of the miscoding of the rolling hunting. Is beyond conspiracy at this point, pretty much proven. But going back to the tree creeper, I need to be reminded. So for the tree creeper, I think you discard 1 egg to play another bird in the forest. Is that what it is? I don't play it a lot, so I don't remember. So it was an interesting choice to play that. And again, they might be looking at the end of round goals here, so playing a little bit much into the end of round goals here. But yeah. All right. Zobi seems to be undecided whether to activate their wetland on their forest. Even though isn't grassland the obvious choice here. I mean, yeah, I think for Ecclesby setup is pretty straightforward here. They can set up their sparrow and their chaffinch. They can even dig for a few more turns, to see if they can find better birds, because any cards that they draw, they can just turn them into points with the chaffinch anyway. So I guess one way to see it is with the chaffinch, you are kind of running like at least like 2 or 3 points engine in the wetlands. So yeah, thanks Wingspan. The tree creeper, you discard any egg and play a bird in the forest. Yeah, definitely not what you need in this setup here. And yeah, Zobi just drawing a lot of big birds here with the prairie chicken and the bunting, and really just imagine if they have the hummingbird here. It would have make it so much easier for them to play all those big points bird. All right, so we have. Yeah, I think I think Ecclesby going for the setup here. Honestly, they can afford to dig for more cards, but I don't know. Maybe if they're looking at playing that the canvas back so that they can gain even more cards. But playing a 4-point spirit late in round 3, that's always risky. Okay, so we have Zobi going for food here. All right, that's unfortunate. Looks like they're gonna try to get the spotted owl down to try to score the end of round goal here. So yeah, I don't know what to think of this setup here. Let's see what let's see let's see what does the chat think. So that's a poll up right now. Who do you think is winning or leading in this game? It's kind of interesting. Again, with the habitat view, I really don't have a good look at Zobi Zobi board right now, but I have a feeling Ecclesby is gonna have a much better late game, because now they have the Sparrow and they're gonna have the Chaffinch, so that's gonna help their late game a lot. And right now, Zobi just doesn't have any engine bird at all. So they're really gambling on, all the big points bird or all the bonus card that can score. And hopefully I think they're also looking at winning the end of round goal to build them some lead over there. All right, again, it's interesting they go for food here. Are they really trying to get that Tanager down maybe? Again, if they can get the Tanager down and the Spotted Owl, then they're almost guaranteed for the third end of round goal. The question is, do they have enough eggs? They only have 3 eggs. I guess they just have enough to play those 2 birds. All right, looks like they might force down that Tanager, and then also the Spotted Owl. There was a tugging there. Yep, the Hun was a tugging. I mean, basically at that point you skip the hunt, right? Because the 1 point that you gain is canceled by the Snow Bunting, and you're helping your opponent to cycle cards. So I think when the Snow Bunting is on your opponent board, you just skip 1 tug. Yeah, the least used power forever. Yes, that Killdeer definitely a little bit underused here. And even the Roadrunner is nice here because of the bonus card, the Rodentologist, and again, slowly building up that grassland engine for Ecclesby here. So, yeah, not gonna lie, I think Ecclesby endgame is gonna look pretty solid here. They don't even have to worry about the end of round goals here. I think Zobi would need some really good bonus card to bring it close. So Alright, let's see what do we have here. And we have the citizen scientist and bird breeder. That is truly unfortunate. Both is gonna be really hard to score. You can kind of make a case for bird feeder, especially with their prairie chicken and painted bunting, but still not ideal bonus card there. And yeah, I don't see a big bonus card potential here. Even with the fishery managers, they only scored 3 points so far, so it's getting dicey for sure. So I think Ecclesby is looking at, should they even try for the third end of round goals here? I think they can forego that third end of round goal and just play their Roadrunner and get it going. And I don't hate drawing cards either. Again, with their Chaffinch, if they play it eventually, it really doesn't matter. And it's such a good insurance. I mean, look at all the cards that they just drew. It's basically our rubbish. But because they have the Chaffinch, oh, Robert, yes, the bonus is deflated. Yeah, after seeing a few tournament games, I really start to appreciate the Chaffinch more. It's just such a good pivot in late game. That kind of justify like that digging in the wetland, and it's such a good insurance when you keep digging in the wetland and couldn't find anything good. Like for example, in Ecclesby's situation, they can even go for wetland again to draw that wobbler if they want, because again, any cards that they draw, they can just turn it into points using the Chaffinch. So, yes, please stay, Robert. Yeah. All right. Now, okay. What do we have here? Now Zobi remember that they have the killdeer and they're gonna start drawing cards. Oh, look at that! Golden Eagles! And yeah, sure, deny the wobbler, or even play the wobbler. Why not? I mean, I don't know if they have enough turns, but you can kind of think about like if they play the wobbler and play the 2 bonus card, that can help them to win, to score the bird feeder. I don't know if it's worth it, but because every card that you dig now is gonna cost you 1 egg. So I mean that's such a huge difference, right? Between actually, now that I think about it, if you compare like Zobi and Ecclesby, like card drawing powers, like Zobi has to spend 1 egg to gain 2 cards. On the other hand, Ecclesby can draw like 4 cards and then play anything that they want and then tut the rest using the Chaffinch. So it's kind of in. I don't know if this is the right way to think about it, but it's in some way like with the Chaffinch, like Ecclesby have a even better card draw, like or more efficient card draw than Zobi with a killdeer here. which is interesting. Alrighty. Yep, Roadrunner down. That's an 8 points play with Rodentologist. Totally worth it. So now Zobi. At least they win the third end of round goes here with no sweat. But really the question is now is what do? They have a bunch of big points bird. Do they gain food and try to play them? I think that gotta be the way to go. Then using the crow, that would be too slow. At least with the forest now, they can draw what? At least 3 or 4 food if they discard a card and they activate the hummingbird. So that's quite a bit of food that can help them to get down all the bird that they need to play. I think maybe at most they can get down another 3 birds. Can they get down 4? I think 3. Probably the most they can get down, so they might as well start thinking about, you know, which 3 birds that they want to get down. I think the prairie chicken and the painted punting is pretty much top priority because it helps you to compete for the end of round goals, and it also gives you additional bonus card. So looking at the food that they gain, they probably need more grain, honestly. Yep. Yeah, they might as well go for the grassland, you know, play the bunting or the prairie chicken in the grassland, and then use the crow to gain any food, any remaining food that they need. So what do we have in the tray? So we have the great egret, maybe potentially a big point scoring if Zobi can find another fish bird. And yeah, I think that's the play here. You play one of the bunting or the prairie marriage in the grassland, and then you can turn food into eggs, and then use the crow to kind of, you know, shuffle the food into the food that you need, so that you can lay eggs and play bird for the rest of the game here. So I think that's probably their best play. And look at this. What do we have? Ecologist. That's amazing. 6 points. You take it. That's 10 points. And yep, there's no reason for Applebee's to deny that great egret. Yep. Chaffinch is down. I mean, there is actually reason to deny that great egret if they want to, because again, they can afford to draw cards again. Because like I say, if Zobi can find the second fish bird and they already have some fish and rodent in their hand, they can double play and potentially score quite a bit of points here. So oh, Robert and Wingspan. I'll let you guys reminisce. Yeah, there's really not much you can do. I don't think you really want to draw food here. I think you just settle with playing maybe the prairie chicken and the golden eagle, so that you guarantee that you're gonna tie for the end of round goals and just lay eggs and call it a day. I think spending turn picking up food here, it just feels like they're gonna have extra food that they're not even gonna make good use of. So unless they're looking at picking up the great egret, so maybe they can pick up food here and then pick up the great egret and then double play the wobbler and the egret. I don't know if point wise it's gonna worth it. On the other hand, for Ecclesby, what would you do here? So you have Ecclesby has 6 cards in hand, so that's only enough for one tug. One tugs, but they have what, like 20 something egg spots? So basically you just activate the grassland for the rest of the turn, and that's pretty much enough for them to win the game. Am I calling it too early? Alright, looks like Zobi really going for the food here. Alright, they're even getting off the golden eagle. But really, if you look at the food, I think the eagle would have been a better keep. I think they're definitely looking at the wobbler for the bird feeder. But again, the 3-point bird feeder, you can make it up by tying the end of round goals here by playing the golden eagle. So unless, I think they might be looking at picking up that great egret. So if they spend a turn laying eggs and pick up the great egret, then they can double play and maybe even have enough food to play the bunting. My question is, do they have enough eggs? So they only have 2 eggs. So they need 6 eggs to play double play wobbler and wobbler and egret and also the bunting. So yeah, they're not gonna have enough eggs to do that simply. So that's a bit unfortunate, because they need to spend 1 egg to pick up that egret. Unless they use their wetland to pick up their egret. No, that still wouldn't work. They still won't have enough eggs. Yeah, I think Ecclesby is pretty much set for just running their grassland at this point, which is pretty straightforward. Alright. Yeah, they're really just lacking that 1 egg to play all the birds. if they have one extra eggs, they could have double play, wobbler, and actually, do they have enough food? Maybe they don't have enough food. So what am I talking about? Yeah, I think they're just short of food and short of eggs. So yeah, never mind. Dismiss everything that I say. But I have to say, I think the bunting and golden eagle would have been a better play, and they could have turned extra food into eggs too if they play the golden eagles. And looks like Acklesby is not playing another grassland bird, so that golden eagle is actually worth like 3 additional points too for end of round goals. So yeah, definitely left a few points on the table in the end games here for Zobi. They do have 2 turns left. They can look into picking up a grassland bird using their killdeer, hopefully a big one, to play it. To win the last end of round goal. If not, oh, look at this. Falconer! Falconer, imagine if they have the golden eagles. That's again another 2 additional points. That golden eagle would have scored them like 10 or 12 points or something. With end of round goals, Falconer, turning food into eggs, potential hunting. Yeah. That golden eagles could have really closed the gap here. Now likely they're gonna play the wobbler. I mean, the wobbler is still not bad with the 3-point spirit feeder and the 8 points, so you're looking at, you know, a 9 points play. And it's very smart for Acklesby to keep that one bird there, just in case no bunting get activated. We'll see if they gamble with the deck for another grassland bird. Or they just settle with the wobbler here. Yeah, I think the safe play just to settle with the wobbler here. Oop, what's going on? Skip? Alright. Alright, that brings us to the end game. Looks like Acklesby is gonna win pretty comfortably. I don't want to call it wrong, but look at the number of tugs. It looks pretty good. So alright, let's go. Last 2 turns. Final tug. Is that really the final turn? Yeah. Again, they can hold on to that card one more turn, but yeah, they really don't see bunting getting activated again. So all right, Zobi play the wobbler here. That's gonna bring us to the end of the game. Yeah, I mean, there's a few big points bird on Zobi's board, but I just don't think that's quite enough given the number of tugs and also eggs, and yeah. I think the end of round goal is pretty equal, if I remember. Maybe Zobi won too, actually, yeah. So Zobi has a small lead with the end of round, goes here 6 points. I mean, it's not small, sometimes that can make or break the game, but... Alright, let's see. All the eggs and tugs. It's gonna bring it home for Acklesby here. Oh, wow! Thanks for watching, guys. What is this? Oh boy. We have a draw here. Look at this. A perfect draw as well. That was totally unexpected. Let me bring back our contestant, players. Wow, good game, guys. Good game. You guys fool me. Hello, hello. Zobi and Ecclesby, welcome back. Good game.
Yeah, great game.
Wow.
All right, tell me, was that what you guys expected?
Exactly what I expected.
Well, exactly what you expected.
I think we're cursed to not win. You and I.
I'm not gonna lie, I was totally surprised. That totally caught me off guard.
Yeah, really interesting game.
Yeah.
I think we both had setups that we kind of pivoted from, and maybe mistakenly so.
Yeah.
Really interesting game.
Yeah, that's certainly.
Honestly, I thought you were pulling it off with your tucks.
Yeah, that's.
I saw how you gained a lot of ground with your eggs, and I thought you were gonna take it.
Yeah, I mean this is such a close game. I mean I mean no offense, but I was thinking the same too. I was looking at the tugs and the eggs, but I guess like Zobi, you really make up a lot of ground with your bird points and your bonus card. Because most of your birds like points to food ratio is pretty high. Most of them only cost 1 food and it score you 4 or 5 points. So yeah, that was quite good. And really you just needed a few more points from bonus card. You could have taken the game.
Yeah, I certainly got lucky to dodge some bonus card luck there. So
yeah, I think Zobi, if you were play that golden eagle
or no?
Sorry, what? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't hear Tay right. I don't hear Tay right.
You don't hear me?
Oh,
that's.
Zobi doesn't hear you. Yeah.
Sorry. Oh, give me a second. Let me see. You are unmuted, so I don't know why Zobi couldn't hear me. But anyway, can you hear me now, Zobi?
I don't think Zobi can hear you, Tay. Sorry.
Oh, but Ecclesby, you can hear me?
I can.
Okay. Yeah. Oh well. I'll let Zobi rewatch the game, but at one point Zobi actually have the golden eagles, so I think if they play the golden eagles to win the last end of round goals and score 2 more points from Falconer, they could have taken the game, but obviously again, very exciting games. Totally caught me off guard.
Interesting game.
Yeah.
Zobi had an interesting setup. You know, he had the osprey and the grackle in the water, and certainly had the opportunity to go kind of full water engine with the crow or the hummingbird. And went away from it. And so I think that was a really interesting choice that if Zobi can hear me, maybe he can speak to. I also had kind of an interesting setup where I needed to play Lincoln Sparrow early on in the game in order to give me some access to card drawing.
Yeah.
And then had the Raven, but sort of a naked Raven with no help. And maybe was a mistake to kind of go after that, and maybe I should have stayed with kind of a Grasslands engine with the Chipping Sparrow.
Yeah.
So some interesting decision points there.
Yeah, interesting decision. I think your Snow Bunting really deterred Zobi from playing, like going into Wetland, because you know your Bunting will neutralize at least 1 point from their from that wetland. And really with the killdeer and crow and hummingbird, that really would have been a really great pivot to the grassland.
Yeah. No, it was a good pivot. I mean, clearly it worked
Yeah.
out. So.
Again, good game. I see like Zobi fanatically clicking here. I'm sorry that Zobi you couldn't hear us, but yeah, again, good game. Thanks for sharing the game and thanks for joining us. Hopefully see you guys around and you guys will join us for the next stream or future stream.
Yeah. Thanks for having us. Thanks
Yeah.
for watching and good game, Zobi.
Yeah.
Too. Thanks, too.
All right, thank you. And yeah, thanks for everyone watching. Again, check out the tournament Discord for future streaming. We should have quite a few games coming up. And yeah, again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time.